So that's all the languages we're going to look at, and I've got some general advice for you that is not specific to any one language. So if you or your child, if you're watching this as a parent, has some specific interest, like you want to do one specific thing, you want to build some specific project, I think just choose the language that does that. Building projects is a great way, maybe the best way to learn these things. And if you're really passionate and motivated about building some specific thing, if you're very interested in it, not just interested but fascinated by some particular project or application, just choose that. I really think that these are all good choices. Everything we've looked at is a reasonable choice. And in view of that, I really think the motivation and enthusiasm you have for that project easily outweigh all the other factors. So if you have some specific interest that you already know about that really motivates you, just go with the best language for that thing that you want to build. If you already have a course in mind, like it's cheap, it's near you, you like the teacher, if you're still in school, that's just what your school offers, just go with that. It'll be fine. I do think convenience is a big factor. We're all pressed for time. And if it's convenient or you just like that instructor or something, go with that language. These are all okay choices, as I said. Number 3, in 5 or 10 years, we don't really know what's going to be in demand, if anything. Maybe AI is doing it all for us, and there's a completely different skill set that's going to make you money or help you build the things you want to build. We really don't know. So don't worry too much about the long-term picture. I mean, the fact that you're learning to code is part of taking care of this long-term picture. But in terms of what specific language you need, I don't know that we really have any reliable information about that. And so for most learners, I really think the biggest motivator is being able to get a project working quickly, see it working, and feel proud of it. And kind of depending on your personality, you may really want to show it to your friends. Maybe you want something that you're at a party or at an event and you say, I'm learning to code, I built this. You can pull out your phone, you can show them right away. Or you can have them open it on their phones, even better. For many people, that's a huge motivation. And so I think being able to build things and get them working quickly is something we should keep in mind. And in view of that, I really think Python and JavaScript are great choices. I think these are the two that'll help you get something you can show off working the fastest. And so for me, if you have no other preferences, you haven't really gotten any ideas or made a choice yet, I think Python's a great default. You remember it had the fewest negatives on its slide. I think it's super readable, and it's a great choice. And out of these, I want to say it was the only one that was specifically designed for education. The guy who made it, he's known as Guido van Rossum, I think is his last name. I'm sorry if that's wrong. He did design educational languages like before Python, and it was like a big factor in how they created this. And I think it shows, but it is used quite widely, far more than just in education at this point. I think JavaScript is a perfectly good choice. I think it must be popular for a reason. It is super common, and it's easy to get projects you can show off working quickly. It may form some bad habits, as I mentioned, but just be aware of those things. And maybe all of these languages have things going for them, strikes against them that may be clunky, that may not transfer, and so on. I really think JavaScript is a perfectly fine choice, even though universities don't commonly choose to teach it as the first language. Now, if you are interested in low-level hardware, if you're interested in how do things really work, what's really going on at a granular, detailed level, if you like building things with simple tools, building with hand tools, if that idea appeals to you, I think C is a great choice. I would like to learn more projects in C. I've done it in the past. I don't have time to kind of continue building things in C at this point, but I think that really granular understanding is tremendously interesting and valuable. So if you like that low-level approach, I think C is a great choice. But some people are just built a bit differently in kind of the problems and challenges they choose. Some people want to see something that is vast and complex and intricate and tricky, and they say, I want to master that. I want to defeat that. That's not most people. But if you're one of those people, I think that's awesome. And I think you can choose C++ for your first programming language. And I've taught Java the most out of all of these, and I learned it and used it for many years. But it's difficult for me to see what unique advantages it has in comparison to these others. Now, I think it's a perfectly fine choice, but aside from teaching basic OOP, which I do think is important, I don't know that it has any distinct advantages. Having said that, these are all okay choices. So, I hope that's enough information for you guys to make an educated choice.